is when are you going to learn about my culture? And give you an example. You call me fat and ugly in front of people.
Yeah, xấu.
What?
I say you are ugly, you are very bad.
You really said that?
Yeah.
All right. In my culture, in America, that's rude, that's disrespectful, especially when a woman says that about.
See, this is the thing. All right. You praise these foreign women, but they don't tell you about how these women have their own personalities, their own different types of joking. They're human. They're like Western women. Some got good personalities, some got horrible personalities. Some cultures accept it, some don't.
About the man that she's with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I get in with my kid, my friend, or you ugly, you ding ding khùng khùng. And we, in Vietnam, my culture is not for rude. But I don't know how is your country, and now you share with me.
We could make, like, if we're alone and we're around family, we could make the jokes like that to each other. But in front of strangers, I'm a guest here. I seen one other person of my skin complexion here in the whole time I've been here. You're not accustomed to us, so when you say it, it sounds like it's an attack. Because we're not light or whatever it may be. I'm already a spectacle.
But you didn't think this was going to be a problem going overseas? Especially for a black man? You didn't think this was going to be a problem?
I'm a black man in this country, and they're already looking at me differently because I'm 6'4", I am dark, and when you say, oh, he's ugly, you start feeding the stereotype that if you're light-skinned black, you're prettier versus dark-skinned black. It's very...
What did you think was the problem? What do you think, man? I hate to tell you this, man, but that you didn't think this was going to be a problem? That they praise going overseas? They never tell you these things. They never tell you these things at all, man. They say, oh, you're going to get you a woman. You could get all these women. And they're usually dating prostitutes. Okay. And they don't tell you about this side of the equation, that you're black, okay, over in a foreign country with foreign women, people are going to look at you weird, and you're going to cry about it?
Hurtful and disrespectful. People are already looking at me. How am I supposed to feel when you talk in your language and then you go, I say to her, you are ugly.
Yo, what did you think was going to happen? Again, you're a black man in a foreign country where, you know, probably not many blacks there, or your ethnic group has been stereotyped due to the traveling, you know, the reach of hip hop music, and hip hop puts black men in a bad light, black women and black men in a really bad light. Okay. Let's check out what this one person has to say, though, too. See what she got to say. Hold on a minute. Okay, sorry about that. Here we go.
Since you guys want to just fucking attack me for this passport shit. I'm born here. I come from a fucked up childhood. Everybody in my family is fucked up. Not one successful marriage, by the way. No man, no woman, nobody's happy. An anecdotal story, so y'all are gonna drag this also because you found to find any reason to drag it, but just listen to the fucking story. This guy was born here. This is my uncle. We're hillbillies. We're literally from like trailer park, fucking government housing. When he was like 20 years old, decides to get with this Cuban girl, has a baby with her, marries her, and spends like 5 years with her and realizes they're not compatible. So they divorce. Now they have a fucked up child who has no love from him or his mother. now I have a cousin who's half Cuban, half Vietnamese, with shitty parents who don't know how to love themselves, let alone love him. So a couple years later on, he decides that, you know what, girls in America just aren't that great. I'm gonna go back to my country, which I'm Vietnamese. So he goes back to my country, and if you're Vietnamese, you know that it's normal to just marry a chick there. But that's only if you're from my country.
As you can see, some of these passport bros have failed relationships and try to take on another woman. And guess what happens?
He's born here. So what he did was went back to my country, had a full-blown wedding. Virgin was married to him, right? His parents literally just gave her off to the wedding within hopes of showering her with a great life, because that's what people think America is like. So what does he do? He marries this innocent Asian girl who comes from a pretty good family. She was treated like a princess back in my country. Knocks her up, brings her here, 2 kids, enslaves her. He opens up some shitty little restaurant, Chinese restaurant, because he's narrow-minded. He thinks that's the only way to make money. Mind you, that's $12 a plate. You got to split between cooking, working, labor, all this shit. He just really didn't think about that. $12 is not enough to survive. Long story short, that traditional girl that he married, that he brought here, became just like a woman in the West. Because not only did you take her out of her natural element, you got her working like a dog, raising these kids. She got fat as fuck from having those goddamn kids. Living in America, the food here, it does something to you.
The food here in America is not healthy. It's not. You really have to cook it for yourself. Find a store, that has healthy food. And unfortunately, this is the dark side of these passport bros. Some of them, they come from really screwed up backgrounds, and they go and ruin another woman's life overseas. Black, white, whatever, a passport bro. And they usually end up doing this. Some do it knowingly, some do it unknowingly.
The stress here does something to you. And to him, it was like, well, I love her wholly. That is the fucking problem. Just because you love her does not mean you know how to love her. Does not mean you know how to love yourself. Long story super short, in case I lost anybody here, a lot of y'all are broken. My uncle did not have a dad. His dad left him and went back to my country when he was a kid. His mother coddled him as he grew up. He was the only boy, so he already had fucking weird relationships with women. Everything was his way or no way. Long story short, that Asian girl here in America to fend for herself, and now he's fucking some younger girl who's like 22, 23, which is younger than me.
So he left her, creating a broken home.
Shit, right? Don't have any emotional intelligence, any wits, any charisma, any goals, because your dick is fucking scratching. You want somebody so bad you think you deserve them. Why don't you just focus on you? Why don't you just do everything you need to do? Some of y'all are simply too young to even be looking for a relationship.
And there you got it. Sad state of affairs for these passport bros. But I mean, if it don't apply to you, let it fly. All right. Fortunately, this is what they don't tell you about when you get with these foreign women. You get the same type of issues that you have in the West, or worse, especially if you're a black man. All right. You know the deal. Anything you want to know about this channel is in the description box. And like, share, comment, and subscribe.